Are you feeling like you're in a place where you need to do a transition and focus on your priorities, and you want a little bit more passion in the career you choose? Then this episode is for you.
You're listening to the Dynamic Women podcast. Each week, you'll be inspired by our global community of women. They'll share with you tools and stories to help you be dynamic in every area of life. He's your host, award-winning coach, and the CEO and founder of Dynamic Women, Diane Rolston.
Hello, lovely dynamic women, and welcome to the Dynamic Women podcast. I am Diane Rolston, your host, and I have got Christina Humpries with me today. I'm so excited to bring her to all of you. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Diane. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
You're so welcome. When I was thinking of who do I want to bring on here, I was wondering, like, who in my life positively impacts me and has something that they bring to the world that I'm also passionate about. And so now everybody listening is like, well, what is that thing? So why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Thank you for that lovely introduction, because I always like making positive, impacts where I like to feel like I'm in the business of joy. And so for those of you who don't know me, Christina, I'm in North Van, born and raised North Van. And for the last 5 years, I've been an ambassador with Stella & Dot, selling accessories and jewelry and so much more. But I've been, as I said, North Van, born and raised. I'm a mom of two. I have an 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl that just started kindergarten. So that's always very exciting when they both get in school. And I actually came from an equipment leasing background. I was in the business world for 13 years. And then when I had both my kids, my eldest son, William, is hearing impaired and has some other needs, and I needed to make a shift. And so I decided I want to be at home, but I want something for me. And I've always had a passion for accessories. And I just decided to sign up and go for it and try something new. And it was scary, but I love where I am and I love what I'm doing, and just brings me joy every day. And I get to share sparkle. So that's fun.
Well, when I asked you, I only know about you with Stella & Dot, which is a company that I adore, accessories, jewelry, everything. But let's go back to, you were working in a career and you then became a mom. And so this is, I know for a lot of moms on my mat leave, I was working my business, but also able to have time off. And at the end of the year, a lot of those moms went back to work. They didn't want to go back to work, while I just continued to kind of be at home with the kids or at the time one, and still work my business. But for you, it was a little bit different, but you also had to make that career change. So how did becoming a mom really change your career? What were some of maybe the hardships? Because I know a lot of my audience can probably relate to that.
Yeah, so as I said, I came from a business background, had my Bachelor of Commerce from UVic, started with this company very early and just kind of worked my way up into sales and equipment leasing, and loved it. I feel very fortunate to have kind of landed there and stayed with the business, one, because I enjoyed it, but also because of the community of people that I had there, and the management support I had there was excellent. And I always knew I wanted to be a mom. And when I had a William, I did go back to work full time, but William is hearing impaired and has some other challenges. And which, you never know when you become a mom how it's going to change you. So I just always assume I'd go back to work and we'd figure things out. And I am lucky that I had some support with my mom. And because I had that amazing support at work, there was a little bit of flexibility. But, when you're in sales, you're expected to be available. A client needs to get themselves a giant forklift, like they're going to call me and they want that forklift and they need the financing now. There's no get back to you in 2 days or get back to you later today. So I did go back initially and was back at work for a year and a half, trying to figure out the mom and the working thing, and also having a lot of appointments and other things that my son needed. I found it really hard to be the mom that I wanted to be the support person I wanted to be, and also be the awesome salesperson, through and leasing rep that I wanted to be through my business, because I was known for good customer service and I wanted to be able to provide that good customer service. And I couldn't do both. It was really hard. It was really draining to do both. So when I had my second, and I wanted to really help my son achieve the best that he could, I knew that I needed to start thinking about other career options. So, and then through that, just kind of came around to Stella and Dot, because I had the comfort level with sales. I love the accessories. It was something that I could do for me and still be present and available for my kids. So 100% a giant shift, but it was important. I couldn't do both. And, when you become a mom, your priorities change. Like the gossip at work is no longer as filling as it used to be, right? Thinking about other things. And
exactly. And this is why I wanted to bring together the topic, and the title of it is around following your passions and your priorities, because I find that a lot of times we put our priorities first, like our kids or aging parents or our spouse's career, whatever it may be, and we lose that bit of ourselves. Or we go, okay, I need to make a change in my career, but we don't necessarily go to passion, which you have a passion for accessories, so that helped, and a passion for sales. And so listeners, that's where I want you to really grasp that from this. Yes, you may have to give up your career for your priorities, but you don't have to give up your passions. It might just be that you're tapping into different passions. And so I love that this happened, because this is all new to me. I didn't know this part, because, when I'm getting Stella and Dot jewelry, I'm not necessarily saying, what was your career before this, Christina? Now, how did others around you accept that you were going to leave this, I'm sure, great career to go into network marketing? Because I know in Canada, and we shouldn't be this way, but there can be some stigma to it. I work with a lot of network marketing consultants, directors, and such, and I purchase from them, and so I'm a lover of them. But how was that for you?
For me, I was very lucky in that the majority of I'm going to say all of my family and friends were very supportive of it, understanding also of the need for me to be at home. I think I'd say it was hardest for my husband, who wanted me to be at home, but men don't understand the home parties and the network marketing. And he definitely had that kind of, the idea of a network marketing thing left a bit of a yucky taste in his mouth. That wasn't his thing, but wanted to support me and find something that would work for our family. And through that, he's seen the community of people that I've connected with, my love and passion for the jewelry. Growing up, my mom was always the one that hosted all the parties. She actually sold jewelry for a while herself too. So I think I had a lot of inspiration from her, and already had that comfort level. Like none of this felt new to me, even though I didn't know anybody doing it. And I myself just signed up Stella and Dot online. I didn't actually come on board with someone else or with a coach. It was something very much that I created myself. But my mom is my number one fan. And as I said, she sold Amber jewelry for many years when I was young. And so it seemed like something very natural. Other than walking away from a career and colleagues that I worked with for 13 years, and many of them I'm still friends with and still see, and they're also Stella and Dot lovers and shoppers. But you have to do what is right for you. And I needed to be there for for my son and my family and available for appointments. And I couldn't do both. And it's exhausting to do both. And when you take too much away of yourself to deal with things, it doesn't reflect well on you or on anyone else, because everything else just kind of crumbles. And
true.
So I found something else that filled my bucket. I knew it was important for me to have something that was for me, that could fill my bucket, that was separate from the mom world. Yes. And and so for me, that was Stella and Dot, and continues to be. And I especially love talking with other moms and helping them find their style and find ways to, find their joy and their sparkle, because we all put in the efforts for the lady nights, for ladies' night out, and for birthdays. But, every day you want to get up and just put on that little piece that gives you joy and gives you confidence to start your day and go to the grocery store or be on the computer all day, whatever it is. It can be that little superpower that helps you just kind of start your day with a smile. And we know that when we have a good morning, when we start with a good morning, it really transitions into a good day.
Well, it's funny because I heard somewhere that if you want to have more confidence, it starts with your bra and panties. Like, you got to put on a good pair of panties. And something you feel comfortable in, but also feel a little bit powerful in. And so you're saying that accessories have the same effect. And so maybe you can go through some of the benefits of accessories. I'm just going to speak from my experience. I love accessories. And so I'm actually in Ontario right now visiting family, and I am so choked that my jewelry container, it's actually even a Stella and Dot jewelry holder, got left behind. I usually keep it in my carry-on bag or my purse so that it's with me, because I feel that it's really good quality, valuable jewelry. I want to keep it safe. And so I forgot it. And so I totally feel naked without it on. So what do you see some of the, why do you love accessories so much? What can they do for people?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked that. So with accessories, a lot of people think of accessories as the statement pieces, or, the big funky earrings or the big hoops or the bracelet or whatever. I love all that stuff, but to me, accessories are everyday pieces that you can go to, that you put on in the morning, that make you smile, that make you stand up a little bit taller, a little bit straighter, and just kind of start your day on the right path. And I've really noticed, especially when we go into, for us moms, when we have kids and we go into mat leave world, where you're not showering every day, those things, or you're working at home. When you take those doesn't have to be 2 minutes, when you take that 10 seconds to find a little pair of hoops or a little pair of sparkle studs and put them in, there's a transformation that happens. And you don't need to have a full face of makeup. You don't need to be dressed up to add that one or two little accessories and feel that transformation. So I love that about accessories. And the little huggies that I'm wearing are something that I literally tell everybody about, because they are not, you got to explain.
Wait, I got to stop you, because you got to explain what are huggies, because I hear diapers. So what are huggies? I know, and people are listening. We gotta know what it is.
One little mini gold, what I call is a mini gold hoop. It's got the pave sparkle on one side or the plain on the other, so you can do a little bit of both. But these are something that are so simple, that are so comfortable. They're easy to put on in the morning, and you just feel instantly put together when you have them on. And I always talk about them. I always show them. And they are one of the accessories that I sell the most of, because for those moms that want a go-to every day, you put them on, you feel put together, you feel beautiful. Your inner sparkle can come out. When you smile, that is your inner sparkle. And they're just the most beautiful, simple, everyday go-to that obviously I'm not the only lover of them, because every time I show them to someone, they purchase. And I've had multiple people come back and buy them as gifts for sisters and for friends. And so, you know, I love all the other pieces, but for moms, busy women, active women, anyone, Huggies and or a stud that you love, and a simple delicate, those are the only two things you need to start your day off. And then when you get that confidence and you have those everyday go-tos that you love, then you start to kind of get a bit more excited and dabble in the bigger pieces and the color. And I know you're a color girl, and
I am a
you've
color
got
girl.
so many fabulous selection of Stella & Dot.
Well, there's a bunch of things that you brought up that I want to make sure the listeners are really catching too. And I'm going to kind of link it to what I see in coaching. The number one limiting belief, and it has been also researched and proven by Brene Brown, if you're a Brene Brown lover, is that I am not enough is the number one limiting belief. I see that all the time, especially in my dynamic year program. We have to write down limiting beliefs. It all comes down to I'm not enough or I'm not worthy. And so the simple action of prioritizing yourself and putting effort into yourself tells yourself that you are worthy. And I often thought of it before of, yes, shower. Yes, put some real clothes on, not just pajamas. And I'm totally a leggings person. That's totally fine. I'm business on top. Do your hair, put on some, simple mascara and some lip gloss. But the next piece of that really is to elevate it even more is the jewelry. And I know that I've gone to events and people have said, you're just always so put together. And I think the piece that they're referring to is that the jewelry is that last step. It's almost like, do you want a plain cake with icing, or do you want some, little rosebuds on top? It's like that. It's that elevation to that next level. And like you said, it takes like 2 seconds, 10 seconds. So, I encourage people to pull out their jewelry boxes, or get yourself a new piece and put it on and enjoy it. And what I love about the Huggies is that it seems that if you fell asleep in them, they wouldn't hurt, because I take all my jewelry off, and you should. I know for the care and quality you should. But how many times as a new mom are you pinned under sleeping children and you're like, shoot, I still have my earrings in, it's killing me. But you get to do that. So I just wanted to highlight those two pieces for those listening, because it's not just jewelry. It's not just accessories. There is a deeper power that comes from it. I know you mentioned superpower as well.
Yeah. And you don't have to be, fancy. You don't need to be dressed up. There are going to be days where you can't shower and you're in your sweats and you're in your Lulus or whatever it is. But that doesn't mean that you can't put on a cute little pair of hoops and some lip gloss or some, tinted moisturizer, and that's your day. But it does, the days that I forget to put in a little pair of earrings or a necklace, I don't know, I'm just not 100% myself. And even to other moms that I've talked to that are very simple in their jewelry or wear very little jewelry, just finding that one piece, that one new piece, or pulling something out of their box that all of a sudden they're wearing again, and I'll follow up with them and they'll say, I can't believe I haven't worn this a long time, or I'm loving these Huggies, like I haven't taken them out, do you have other ones that are similar? You just have to reignite that spark, and it'll really, it'll start your day off right. And when you start your day off right, then amazing things happen. And your smile is brighter, and that's just going to reflect on your family, your friends, and everyone else.
Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about how you transitioned for your priorities, how you used your passion to really help you choose the direction to take. We've talked about self-care and how jewelry can be part of the self-care. But let's go back to Stella & Dot, as a business, what's your favorite part of it?
There's so much that I love about Stella & Dot, but really for me, it's the personal connection. I am a social person. I wouldn't say I'm a super like outgoing person that knows everybody in the block, but I love being social and I love connecting with people. And with Stella and Dot, especially when I can do the in-person parties, like, and that's where the big core of my business was prior to the pandemic. I love connecting with people, showing them pieces, but also talking about their life, like, you know, finding stuff out about them, finding connections between us, and following up afterwards, you know, and how did you love the piece? You know, every time I have a conversation, yes, there's jewelry involved, but there's also, I can personally connect with people, and there's friends that I've made, both personal and other moms in business that I've made that have become inspirations for me, and we play off each other. So the personal aspect, yes, you can go to a store and you're going to have somebody that's going to personally help you at the till. But if you have a question later, you can't call that person. You know, they really have they don't care what your kids' names are or how old they are or whatever, you know. And if you want to, you know, buy another piece later that maybe matches or would be a next like step layering piece, that it's a very one and done, right? And so with Stella and Dot, it's about the personal, and I get that personal connection with my customers. I get create friends and relationships. Like, that's how we met. And then there is an amazing community of the other ambassadors and the other women that sell. And it is all about sharing your secrets. And these were successes for me. There is like zero competition. It's like the most like cheerleading like group of community I've ever been in, which is fabulous. And Stella and Dot themselves also give back to the community a lot with every order. I don't know if you know this, but with every Stella and Dot order, they round it up to the next dollar. And we've got a variety of giving partners that we work with that support breast cancer children. We've done lots of Dress for Success campaigns. Right now, for the month of March, all of our Stella Dot Gives campaign is going to the Ukraine to help refugees in Ukraine. That's right awesome. Now. There's a thing happening over there. And there's just a lot of amazing things that, Stella and Dot really is. They're not just a company. They want to give back. And they're also very environmentally conscious as well, which is something that's close to my heart. So all of our packaging is recycled materials, even with the skincare as well, because there is clean beauty. They're making steps to have as little packaging as possible, and refills available and things like that, so that we can, create more sparkle without, dulling the earth at the same time. So all those little parts of the company are things that I personally really love and connect with. But at the end of the day, Stella and Dot is about personal service and creating those relationships. And that's what I love to do. So
and I love that about you too. So relationships, connection, collaboration. It's funny because it's a lot of, and the confidence piece from wearing the jewelry, a lot of this is the pillars of being a dynamic woman, that I do in my Dynamic You program, and what kind of Dynamic Women podcast has been founded on. And so I love that you're bringing these pieces in. In a moment, I'd love for you to share how you can have the pieces kind of solve some problems in your life. Like, what am I going to give people? Or how can I make this gift even more special? Or how can I travel with my jewelry? Like, I'd love for you to talk about some hacks around that. But first, for all of my other network marketing listeners and anyone in sales or anyone who is looking for more leads, you have a lot of tactics around this. And I know in our pre-call, we didn't talk about this fully, but there are some things that you do that from the business coaching side, I'm like, oh, good job. Oh, that's awesome. Nice work. And so maybe you can talk a little bit about, and we'll break it down into the different kind of departments, sales, marketing, and all that. But what are some like things that you do in your business that helps you to get either more leads or more sales? And if you don't say everything that I see, then I'll mention those as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the number one thing for me in with accessories is sharing what I love. So, sharing, I have a VIP group, a Facebook group, and as well as Instagram, but, sharing pictures of me, not only when I'm dressed up, but like every day, picture with my 5-year-old daughter also loves accessories. So anytime I pull new stuff out, she's right in there, so
Aww.
sharing pictures of every day, what I'm wearing today as a mom out on my walk or at the grocery store, and what I'm wearing for my girls' night out, sharing those things. And then as a conversation piece to start with, but also following up. I mean, I know that from before, from my sales and my equipment lease marketing world, you can't just make a sale and then walk away and expect that customer to come back and remember you. And so the, following up, and even they might not even have purchased a jewelry piece in a while. Like maybe sometimes names just pop into my head. When somebody's names pop into my head, I send them a quick message. Hey, how's it going? Like, haven't talked to a while. Like, hope you're really enjoying those pieces that you bought a couple years ago or 6 months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear back from you. You had mentioned about gifts. Like, I am a gift giver. I love giving gifts. And I love putting thought into them and dressing them all pretty. And I just really enjoy giving gifts. And so as part of my business, one thing I've talked a lot about is if you have a special birthday coming up, or you just want to say thank you to someone, I would love to help you find that perfect gift. And it doesn't have to be sparkly. Like, not everybody wants to wear sparkle. I get that 100%. There are so many great gifting options, and let's talk about your friend, or let's talk about your daughter, let's talk about whoever, and find that perfect piece for them. I get an almost extra sense of joy out of helping to find a gift for somebody. And
so let me pause you there, because I want to make sure the listeners are catching this. The first thing you do is you just share about what you're wearing. You share about So share about the product, just share about it, and share about it in normal everyday use. And what I see from you is you're showing how you're relatable, right? You're not always dolled up and like, look at how perfect my accessories are. You're like, this is me in a sweatshirt with this cute little necklace and these earrings on. And I consume that content, right? I look at that content because it doesn't feel like sales. It feels like sharing and being relatable. So that was the one piece. And the following up, you do another type of following up. So, or two other types of following up. One is the follow-up that you mentioned, but the another follow-up is when you know that someone liked a product and commented on it and was going to buy it, or you gave a coupon code or something to, because I know, because you've done this with me and I love it, I appreciate it. And I also see from a business sense, it's perfect, but you follow up with the potential sale, because I know a lot of people, their mind will go, oh, I guess they didn't want it because they gave them the link and they didn't use it. But you are like, hey, remember, the sale ends at 11:59 tonight. And the last time you did this with me, my cart was full. I just hadn't hit submit because I wanted to check on a gift that I was going to give to somebody and if it was the right birth date or not. So that's another thing, that to have the confidence to follow up with people and don't feel like you're bugging them or you're being salesy. You're actually giving great customer service. Like you said, I want to make sure that we pointed on that, because there's a lot of people out there that are just letting the sales slip away because they feel like, oh, I'm bothering that person. Yeah. You do such a good job at that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I try to do that. And I also send those reminders because I know as myself, I mean, we kind of talk about mom brain, like you have, a million things going on, and you're trying, it's happened to me before. I've got a cart, that's all ready to go, or it could be, registering for a class or registering to school. And then all of a sudden somebody needs a snack or somebody needs something, and like that's gone. So my follow-up, I try to make it genuine as well. And when I'm talking to you, I say, just a reminder, you've got that code, and just wanted to check in case you had like a mama brain moment, like we all do. And if they say, I've decided not to purchase, like that's fine too. It's just creating that conversation, and it's just one thing when I started with Stella and Dot, which I found really helpful for those that are selling something, but you are a bit uncomfortable with the salesy thing, is it's just being genuine is going to be your best way to not be salesy at the end of the day. But with Stella and Dot, it's just a necklace. Like, I'm just offering a necklace. I'm just offering earrings. You know, we're not talking about major, I don't know, earth-shattering things here. And and if they are interested, you start a conversation. If they're not, you touch base with them. They know what it is you do and you love, and you know, hopefully they'll see those pictures. But it's just, you know, it's just a necklace. It's not something you need to get all up and you know, confused about.
Yeah. And it's funny because even the times that I've said to you, oh, I can't buy anymore. Like, I've just spent $300 on a whole bunch of pieces and I got really good sales on a lot of them, but I'm like, can't buy anymore. And you still will show that there's sales happening, or you'll still be like, I got these coupon codes, or, hey, Diane, these earrings are totally you because of the color in them. I'm like, yes. But the thing is, then I do go and buy, and it's my choice, right? And so I guess that's the other thing, is you don't let someone's past purchases dictate their future purchases. And I just love that about you from a business sense, that you just always keep it open in a non-pressure, in a very nonchalant way. You always keep it open.
Oh, thank you.
And I always buy. Darn it.
So I'm just thinking, like, keeping it open with the keep as well. So we have a whole sentiment line, Keep Collective, which is mostly bracelets, and also charms, where you can kind of create your own story on a bracelet or on a necklace. And there are really any type of charm. You can do quotes, we have beautiful engravables as well, which I know you have some of our really special engravable pieces. So there's the style portion, but there's also the sentiment portion of jewelry that, you know, it can lift you, but it can also, you know, warm your heart, or like, you know, you have that little bracelet stack of all the things that you love. Or I mean, it could just be like coffee lover with a coffee charm, and you look at that every day and you're like, yep, damn right, I love my coffee. That's me. And you know, so yeah, you would always purchase, you know, earrings and necklaces and the color, and I knew all that. But then in talking with you and knowing more about your business, I don't know if you found the keep or I had suggested the keep, but you know, now that is, you know, a go-to gift for you, and something that you use for your business, for some of your other dynamic women graduates.
It is, because
you can give that story.
Well, there's a few different things, right? When my father passed, I ended up getting an engravable with the nickname that my parents called me, which I found out later that I actually told them to call me Darling Girl. And so my necklace says Darling Girl, and it's engraved on there. It's not in your face. It's very subtle and beautiful. And when I put it on, I'm like, oh, Darling Girl, that's me, you know? And I also, for a group of friends that were very close, but it's like every Christmas, every birthday, every year, I'm like, what am I going to get them? And so I got them the engravable, like the leathery bracelets, in order to put the Keep Collective charms on, and to personalize it to them. And then now knowing that we have this bond where we all have this bracelet as well, and we can all put the charms on, and we're all thinking of each other. And I buy gifts for clients, because who doesn't like a piece of jewelry, and especially to mark a moment, right? So you finished your book, here's this piece of jewelry, or you finished this program with me, here's this piece of jewelry. And it's special. It's not like their friend can now go and buy the exact same thing because it's been engraved, or the different charms have been chosen by me. So that's the part that I really like about it.
Yeah. And jewelry is something that you can wear and you can reflect on, and you can see it and you can touch it. And those are things that I really love, that speak to me. Something that you can look at and see and touch. Those are the things that are going to evoke, the joy and the warmth and the
Yeah.
confidence and the heartwarming. And, I know you have some pieces that are really special to you. And when I see a picture of you on Instagram or on your
Yeah.
business page, and I see that you're wearing that piece, and I know how much you love that. And to me,
Yeah.
that's like a little mini honor that, I helped,
Yeah.
that you got that piece for me, and now you're wearing it, in a business and a professional way. And it's
Yeah.
something that obviously you've chosen with care. So, yeah. So I
Exactly.
just, the
And
personal part always comes back for me
it
with Stellan Dodd.
does.
It's just a personal
It,
connection, and
yeah. And it's funny
maintaining
because
that. And, yeah.
I remember my first Stellan Dot gift I received. And so when I pull that piece out, I remember those people. And I was given it when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I still remember who gave it to me and when they gave it to me and why they gave it to me and the meaning behind it. It was kind of like a circle, gold circle with a tree on it, etched on it.
Okay.
So it was from a long time ago, but I remember that. And for them, that was even a connection because it was to do with animals and I was volunteering. And so that was the gift that I was given. But I love efficiency. And I love having variety and different looks. And so this is the one thing I wanted to also make sure that we brought in. And then I want you to share some hacks around how people can get the most out of their accessories, because I think that's super important. And I just learned, like last week, you shared something with me that I had no idea. And I was totally screwing myself over by throwing something away that I shouldn't be throwing away. But anyway, so talk about the versatility or the, like, there's a proper name, but like the 3-in-1 earrings and necklaces and things. I love them. I look for them on the Stellan Dot site. But just talk more about that, because I think that's essential for women who are traveling or women who just want different looks and more variety from the same piece.
Exactly. Yeah. So Stellan Dot is known, or has become known, for their versatile pieces. And it is because Stellan Dot is owned by two moms. Stellan Dot is actually named after their grandmothers. I don't know if you knew that. Stella and Dot. It is the grandmothers' names of Jessica Heron and Blythe, who are CEOs. And so their moms, they know, you can't have a million pieces and be able to access a million pieces. You don't want to have those few pieces that you go to all the time and that you can get the most out of. And we all love a good bang for our buck too. So with the versatile pieces, we have multiple earrings and necklaces that do double duty. So I'd say probably about a third of our statement earrings, if not half of our statement earrings, convert from a stud to a statement, meaning that you can actually hook off the statement and just have a little stud, which you can wear, most of the time. And then when you do go out for your ladies' night, you hook on that extra.
Well, if I can share how I've used it, is during the day at a conference, I'll wear the stud. Then we go to more of a formal dinner. And then I put on the next piece, and then we go to the dance part or the party part or the cocktail part. And then I put on the last piece, or I go there and I'm like, I'm overdressed. This is too much right now. I will take it off and still have a gorgeous earring on.
That's amazing. That's so funny. Oh, I should talk. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, day to night. There you go. But same with many of our necklaces. We have pre-layered necklaces that layering is very, very popular right now. Which is great, but sometimes can be a bit overwhelming. You want to find those things that match perfectly. So we have lots of pre-layered pieces that look beautiful together, but you can also take them apart and wear them individually. We have many necklaces, such as the one that I'm wearing now, that look gorgeous on its own, but also have a charm functionality that you can add a charm to. And there's an amazing new necklace that just came out. It's called the 3-in-1 shimmer necklace, and it's got a short, a medium, and a long strand, but it's actually a magnetic enclosure. And this is the other thing, is we have some really great enclosure options. If you struggle with the the hooks. We have some great magnet closure options too that make it super easy. And then you can just take off whatever layer. If you just want a long piece, you can just have the long piece. If you just want the short piece. And so one necklace, you have multiple looks. Same with our Halo stud packs. We have some great stud packs where you can get 8-in-1 different earring looks.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so and there's always something within budget. Half the line is under $60. They keep it that way, $60 Canadian, because I'm in Canada. And they keep it that way on purpose because they want the jewelry to be affordable, but they want you to get the best quality. All of the studs, also all of the earrings, the studs on all the earrings are titanium posts, which a lot of people don't know. So there's no lead or nickel, super hypoallergenic. If you have sensitivity with your ears or with jewelry, try Stella & Dot. I have girlfriends who they can't wear it, like their ears will start to bleed, their lobes will start to bleed if there's anything in there. And they have approved Stella & Dot. But we have our delight guarantee regardless. You can always do free return and exchange as well, which I really appreciate it. And you can something you can do yourself. You don't need to contact me, but of course I'm always happy to help. And I want to know if you do need to do a return exchange. So there is the versatility. There's something for everyone. There's something for night out, and there's something for everyday sweatshirt, running shoes, grocery store. Make you smile.
Got it all covered. Now we will go to the hacks, but before we do, some people might be like, I don't even know where to start, or I don't know what my style is. I don't know what I would wear, or I don't know what to give that loved one that really important gift. So I know you've brought a really special opportunity to our listeners. So can you share a little bit more about that so people can figure out what their style is and what would work for them?
Definitely. Yeah. So as I said, it's all about the personal, and of course I'd love for you to go on and check out the website, but my offer to all the listeners is let's have a chat, let's have a conversation. So connect with me via email or via my website, mention Diane's name or mention Style Consult, and I'd be happy to do a personal style consult with anyone that connects with me. We can talk about what it is that you do for work, what it is you're doing at home, and kind of that hole that you want to fill, whether it's an everyday accessory that you want to be able to wear all the time, feel comfortable with, and or if it's for something fancier, or if you're looking for a gift for a special someone, we can kind of really talk it out. I'm happy to do a FaceTime as well, so we can have the personal face-to-face. And then with that personal style consult, I'll also provide free shipping on their order as well.
That's awesome. So, that is awesome, because it's not until, because I get to see you when I swipe through your stories or whatever, or I'm in the VIP group. So if you want to join the VIP group, the link will be in the bio. If you want to, that's okay, right? I just invited. Okay. And if you want to get a one-on-one style consult with Christina, then the link will be in the bio as well, so that you can be able to reach out to her. And I forgot where I was going. I was going to say one other thing around that. It eluded me. That's okay. But everything, all the links will be in the all the links will be in there, so that you can easily go on. In the link to the website, so that you can go on and just check out what some of the pieces look like. And so tell us, kind of last question here around, how do we make the most of our accessories so that they have a long life?
Yes. So there's a few things that I think in order to make the most of your accessories, first thing you have to be able to do is see your accessories, and not just in a big clump in a big bowl, because you're not seeing your accessories, you're seeing a clump of stuff. And we've all had, if you have a couple studs in a little bowl, then that's fine. But the first thing you need to do, if you haven't done it in a while, is go through your jewelry and reacquaint yourself with some of those pieces. Find the ones that I guarantee, if it's been a while, you're going to find a gem in there that you totally
Oh, yeah.
forgot about, that you're going to be super excited to wear. And trying to have a little bit of organization that you can see on your dresser table or wherever. And my style hack, I wish I had it with me, but my style hack that I post about every once in a while on my VIP page that I am just obsessed with is go on Amazon and get if you're a stud lover or a ring lover, go on Amazon, get a $15 ring holder. So it's like about this big, it's just like a square, and it's got the slots in it for rings, but it's amazing for studs. Put all your little studs in there.
Well, if you posted this on your social, we can include a link directly to it if you'd like in the show notes as well, so that listeners can catch on and find that.
Because I know, especially with little earrings, we tend to just all throw them, in that decorative plate that becomes a mess maker. So I love that for the little studs. For your necklaces, find a necklace tree or order a bust, could be a folding or anything, and have your precious pieces there laid out nicely so that you can keep them tangle free, which means that you're going to be able to pick them up and wear them when you want them, and you'll get more wear out of them. So go through your jewelry, try to find some basic organization that works for you so that you can see your jewelry and not just have it all like tucked away or tangled up. And then also give it a little TLC, like at least once a year. For the pieces that you wear all the time, you need to do more than that. But we don't think about, especially if you touch your jewelry a lot, but also other than just air exposure and the moisture in the air and environmental factors, like anything that I don't use hairspray. I do use dry shampoo every once in a while, and many of us women do with the spray, but with the lotions and the sanitizers and the things that are just natural oils of your skin, those are going to be the things that do more harm to your jewelry and break down your jewelry, as opposed to the air exposure and the everyday environmental stuff. So having a jewelry cloth, giving them a quick little dip in some jewelry cleaner once a year will really elongate the life of your jewelry and will prevent that tarnishing. So because sometimes if you get too many oils on there and you leave them for too long and it wears away at the finish, sometimes there's no going back. But good quality pieces with a Stella & Dot, it's all really good quality. They actually use gold mill, which is so it's not just gold plated, it's gold mill. So it's the thickest, most best quality. It's what the designers and all the high-end luxury pieces do, is they use gold mill to provide that shine that's going to stay there, that's not going to rub off easily. But if you don't treat it well, then eventually it's going to not be.
And I'm going to add in a tip that I learned from you, because I just organized my jewelry. You didn't tell me to do that, but I did it, and then you gave me a little tip after. When you do buy Stella & jewelry or other jewelries, there might be a little blue square or black square or something else in there that helps to keep it from tarnishing, right? It keeps the moisture off of the jewelry.
It absorbs the moisture. So in every piece of Stella & Dot you get, in the bottom of the box, there'll be either a blue or black square, and could be big or could be small. That is, if you store your jewelry in your box, great. But you can put it in your jewelry box. You could put it in an open air tray that you have, and that will absorb moisture, which is your first number one killer of jewelry, which is why we say, like, try not to shower all the time, or like have your jewelry stored in your bathroom, because then it's always exposed to that moisture. But that little black or blue piece in there, it's not just.
So now I know not to, or to ask you about stuff. Now, you will have a moment. In a moment, I'm going to ask you if there's any last words that you want to give our listeners. But I just wanted to kind of come back to, we talked today around following your passions and really being able to honor your priorities. And I see how you've been able to not only honor your children by moving careers, switching careers, but you've been able to honor your own priorities of building relationships, caring for yourself, providing great customer service. Like, these are strong values of yours. And I see that coming out, as well as you're so passionate about accessories. It's so cute and like really cool to watch. So for listeners, I hope that you find a career where you can be as passionate as Christina is, and that you are honoring your priorities, and that her story can maybe inspire you or give you permission if you're not currently doing that and honoring the priorities that you want to honor, including honoring yourself as the number one priority. And one way to do that is through jewelry. And so any final words, Christina, for the listeners today?
I just wanted to say, use jewelry as a way to not only express yourself, but just to provide that inner joy, to give you that inner sparkle that's going to make you smile. And it just starts with one piece. It just starts with a pair of earrings or a necklace. And I would say, if you have found yourself in a jewelry or a style slump where you're just putting on the same sweats every day, or you're got the same go-to, go find a piece that you haven't worn in a while, and just commit to wearing that every day and see what the transformation is. And put it on first, brush your teeth, do your makeup, put your little Huggies or your sparkle studs on, or whatever it is, or a necklace that you haven't worn in a while, simple chain, and see what the transformation is. And then, of course, I would love to chat with anyone if they're looking to get something new, find something new, and or a gift. But yeah, that would just be my reach out, is find something, start wearing it, and hopefully you'll see your smile grow and your confidence to tackle the day.
Awesome. Yes. So thank you so much, Christina, for sharing about your story, sharing about your passion. I trust that the listeners are going to get a lot out of what we've talked about today. So mentioning listeners, hey, have you subscribed to this podcast yet? Because every other week I do bring you a dynamic woman talking about the success in her life or success in her business, like Christina, and you don't want to miss out. And share this episode with a friend, maybe someone that you think could benefit from Christina's story or some of the content and messages that we said today. And have you written a review yet? Well, when you do, I will send you a little something in the mail. No, it won't be Stella and Dot. I'm sorry, but you will get something special in the mail. So I encourage you, reach out to Christina, get one of those one-on-one sessions. And until next time, stay dynamic, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Dynamic Women, for joining us today. Please hop on over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review. Who do you know who needs to hear our message? We'd love it if you'd share our channel with your friends and family. If you're ready to be more dynamic, have more balance and more success, head over to www.dynamicwomenclub.com/free gift for your Key to Success book. Stay dynamic.